Hey guys, this is Miss Booker, the school counselor, and today I just want to share with you guys a few things I've learned on my journey as being a school counselor. I am going into, I believe, my third year officially as a counselor, and I think the number one thing I want to talk about today is what I wish I would have known before becoming a school counselor. So, just a little quick backstory on how I even became a school counselor. Well, in high school, of course, I feel like this is such a typical story, but in high school, I didn't have anyone that connected with my school counselor. Now I wanted to be one, and that's been my story. I'm sticking to it this whole time. So I really, that's really what it came down to. So, I did my bachelor's degree, and my bachelor's degree was in human services because at the time I was kind of teetering, between whether I wanted to do sociology, psychology, or counseling. I just couldn't really figure it out. So human services, it kind of just niched all of that in one pretty box and just kind of covered all of that. So after I graduated, I decided, yes, I do want to be a school counselor. So when I started school counseling, I was so excited, and the program is so exciting. In the program, they sell you a dream, okay? Because the biggest thing I wish I would have known, that what they teach you in grad school and what you do in real life, huge discrepancy, okay? So what they taught me in grad school is that as a school counselor, you would not be called a guidance counselor. If you even whispered guidance counselor, no, that was not okay. Guidance, that is so 90s, 2000s. It's school counselor now, okay? That is the trend, because school counselors, we do what's called comprehensive school counseling. And comprehensive school counseling, it entails the child in a large aspect, okay? We are talking about helping children not only academically, but socially and emotionally. We're talking about collaborating with parents and collaborating with teachers and administrators and community members, other stakeholders that invest into the well-being of our children. We're talking about giving services on a tiered level. Tier 1 being guidance lessons in the classroom, teaching preventative measures such as social skills and managing anger. Tier 2, small group settings, working with children who are more at risk, who need a little bit more support. So this could be a small group targeting maybe grief and divorce, maybe targeting students who have really bad anxiety. And then there's tier 3, working one-on-one with a child for brief sessions, maybe 3 to 5 sessions. And if they're not making progress, then making a referral to mental health counseling. But really taking the time out to work with children. It was taught to us that 80% of our schedule is for direct and indirect services, mainly working with children. I'm here to say, you know what I'm about to say. I'm about to say that it's not true. When you graduate school and you leave the sunshine and the rainbows and all that good stuff, and you go into the real world and you go into the position and you think you're gonna do all that stuff, you're gonna do what they tell you to do, okay? Because you need to keep your job. Alright, so I'll talk a little bit about my experiences since I've graduated school. So my first experience, I did high school, and high school was alright. Long story short, my analysis of working in a high school setting, at least at that specific high school, was a Title I school. The focus of school counselors was to play a numbers game, okay? It was about moving certain kids into certain classes. It was about making sure that a certain number of classes were filled as far as course grades. It was about making sure kids were on track to graduate. And the biggest thing of all, it was about graduation rate and school grade. Everything else sounded good, but that's not what was the focus. So eventually I did not want to do that. I did not want to spend my time playing a numbers game. So I decided to go to elementary. So now being in an elementary setting, the biggest takeaway is that as an elementary counselor, especially if you're the only counselor, which is the case in my scenario, you wear many hats. Okay, and it's not just school counselor. So it's whatever they need you to do, whatever role they need you to fulfill, you are that person. There's the principal, there's assistant principal, and then there's you. Okay, so you are covering many multitudes. So as far as being able to do that comprehensive guidance plan, it's a little more realistic in an elementary setting, I would say, but it does take time to truly implement, because you gotta kind of pull away from the roles and the duties that they've assigned you, and really make a stand and say, well, no, this is really what I'm supposed to be doing. So, and there's a really fine line between that. So that's just my experience. That's just what I wish I would have known. If I would have known this before starting grad school, I probably would have said, I don't know about the school counselor thing. I might have taken the mental health counselor role, because that would hopefully, I'm assuming here, that would have given me a better opportunity to work with children. I wouldn't be able to do those classroom lessons, which is what I do love and enjoy, but definitely small group and individual, and definitely be able to dedicate 80% of my time towards that. But you know what? I did my time. I did my 3 years to graduate. I did my certifications. I'm here now. I'm going to make the best of it. And even when it goes back to building that comprehensive school counseling program and following the ASCA national model, I still believe in that. I still believe that it is an amazing model. And I do feel that it is the best way to serve students. It does take a little time, like I said, to implement, especially if the district is not familiar with that, or they've never really had anyone talk about that. So the biggest thing in all of this is that in order to get to what we were taught in grad school, it does take a lot of advocating, a lot of communication, and a lot of planning, and showing that this program is worth the time. Just give me the time. So I hope my few tips that I've learned along the way helps you, whether you are a new counselor, whether you're in graduate school, maybe you're a seasoned counselor, and you're just like, yeah, I can relate. I've been doing this for 20 years. But this is just my experience. Thanks for watching.